Alright, here we are at the North Harbor. Alright, let's go ahead and land this thing. Come on, come on. Get me out, get me out. Oh, no. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is StormTrail and today we are going to be doing something insane. So if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button to help me as a small channel grow. And we are so close to 200 subscribers, guys. Let's go ahead and hit that mark and let's get straight into this video. In today's video, we are going to be looking at the top 5 creations of this week, and this is our first creation. This is the Diesel Dragon. And as you can see, this thing looks like it's something straight out of Mad Max. And let's go ahead and look at an inside tour of this beast. Alright, so the doors are right at the side of this beast, and we just gotta hop in here. And let's go ahead and close the door behind us. It is very small, and then you can stand up in here. But make sure you be careful, because your head will get caught on this lamp. So let's go ahead and turn the lights on here. As you can see, it's very homey for what it is. This is a diesel beast and something that's straight out of Mad Max, and you wouldn't really expect it to have this sort of an interior. Now we can open up this door here as access to the outside, and I believe this interior is fully sealed. Now let's go ahead and get up here to the top half of the vehicle. As you can see here, we have a lookout seat up here, which actually this vehicle is not sealed because we have an entrance right here to right here. It would be really cool if it was sealed, but it's not, but that's also fine. But up here we have a searchlight in which we can look and turn around to have multiple different searchlights, which is really cool. And I could see this vehicle as being something you could play around with your friends, and like 3 people in this vehicle, and it'd be really cool because once we get weapons in Stormworks, I'm expecting there to be multiplayer servers where it's just a full-on ground and ocean and sky battle. I think that's one of the biggest things with the weapons DLC that's coming soon. That is something that is going to really change Stormworks in a certain way, but also keep the base game, which it's really interesting, and that's why I'm super excited for the weapons DLC. Is because of the amount of things we're going to be able to do with it, and this is an accurate representation of some of the things people will most likely be fighting in, and this is a beast. So let's go ahead and get this thing started up and running. Now this beast of a thing usually comes with all-around tires, which is pretty interesting because this thing is so huge, and as you can see, we are slipping on the ground a lot. But I have changed the all-around tires to high grip tires, which allow this thing to go extremely fast on the ground. If the author is watching, that I would advise that you change the all-around tires to high grip tires, as it allows this thing to get a better grip on the ground, and especially because it likes to slide a lot, high grip tires will be very useful for it. Now, this thing is just crazy. It is very heavy and very strong. Now, watch as I just plow into all these trees. Here we go. Oh, 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 oh. As you can see, we have a ton of weight behind this thing, and it just, using all of its body weight, it just slammed into all of the trees and took them out. Now, and it still drives after all of that, but you cannot see because of the amount of exhaust from the exhaust when you're going straight, which, yeah, you just can't see very well. But this thing is very good at off-roading, and it can take quite the hit. Now if you manage to flip it, well, you done did it, because unless it recovers, oh, come on, recover. Come on, you got this. Ugh, no, it's flipped. But once you flip it, that's it. Now, as you can see, this is the Diesel Dragon. It is super cool. I really recommend you go and check this out on the workshop. I'll leave a link in the description below to this vehicle, as it is very cool. Let's go ahead and get on to the next vehicle. The next vehicle we have is the Scorpio X 4th generation. Now, this thing is a crazy cool electric car. The design and attention to detail that was put into this car is crazy. And the best part I would say about this car is its interior. So let's go ahead and check this out. Now listen to the entry chime whenever I open this door. That is so cool to me because I really don't know how to do something like that and create custom sounds, but that is so cool. So let's go ahead and shut the door, and it stops. And now here's the really cool part. Watch these monitors as I power this thing on. Look at that. Look how cool that is. And it's almost like you've got an Apple CarPlay here. You've got your phone, you've got maps, and the maps actually work, and it's so cool that these actually work like they do. Then we have the weather, and because we don't have the PA weather tower, we cannot look at the weather data. But that is so cool that this thing can actually connect to a tower and get weather data around the world of Stormworks just in this tiny little car. It's so cool. We've got settings here. It tells us the brand, the model, and the version. It's so cool. We've got battery here. And we even have Pong on this. We can literally... Oh! I got it. This is crazy. All of this just in a car. Whoa! Good luck. What? They blocked that? No way. But that is just so cool that you can do all these different little things in just this tiny little monitor. Now here in the settings also we can go turbo mode. So let's go ahead and drive just regular mode. Alright, as you can see here, we are now driving in regular mode. This is not sport or eco mode. There are two different modes. There is sport mode, which is obviously much faster, and eco, which is supposed to reserve your power for long distance rides. Now on regular mode we go 86 miles per hour, 87, and this thing is very controllable, and you can do drifts for days in this thing. It is super cool and really advanced. So let's go ahead and dive into the settings here. Turbo mode. Oh! 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 Alright, that'll be this for the product red Scorpio X. On to the next vehicle. Now, the next vehicle we have for today is the General Dynamics F-16. Now, this thing is crazy. It's got working missiles. It's got a droppable fuel tank. And it's fast. So let's go ahead and hop in this thing here. First thing we want to do is not undeploy our landing gear. We want to go ahead and arm the missiles and the flares. There's our tank pump that we can drop. Canopy, let's go ahead and close that down. Let's start the engine. Let's go ahead and disable the G limiter so we can go as fast as we can. Alright, let's give it some throttle to take off. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Don't brake on me. There we go. Look at that. And once we get up into the air and we raise our landing gear, we can then fully unlock the throttle. And look how fast we are going now. We are going through the world of Stormworks at an extremely fast rate. Not the fastest I've went through the world of Stormworks, but extremely fast nonetheless. Now, this is basically what it is. It is a very cool looking F-16, and we are not just flying in the sky right now to go to any random place. We are actually heading over to the North Harbor to get to our next creation. But until then, we can look at the features of this rocket. Now we have flares. Fire all the flares. And we got flares that launch out on both sides, so that if we have a missile lock on us, we can try and use these flares to get that missile confused. Which I don't know if that's an actual mechanic in-game yet, but if it is, that is super cool and can be used in warfare, especially when the weapon update comes. Now, let's try and fire a few of these missiles once we get a little bit lower to the ground, because it is very foggy up here. Alright, here we are flying through the canyons. Fire the missiles! Oh no, one of them... I don't think they have any form of tracking, and they don't fly very long. They burn very quickly. If I fire all the missiles here, as you can see, they're all going in they're all flying straight up. I don't know if they actually do have a sensor, but as you can see, they're already falling out of the sky as they do not have much fuel. Is that all of them? Okay, that's all of them. Let's fire all the flares then. Look, oh my goodness, it's so bright. Alright, that's all the flares fired. That looks so cool. It is a very good idea to put the flares right on the side. That is super smart. Alright. Wow, this thing is going fast. Alright, here we are at the North Harbor. Alright, let's go ahead and land this thing. Come on, come on. Get me out, get me out. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think that's supposed to be how that works. It's just gone. It's just gone. It's still going. How is it still going? Alright, we are now on to the last creation before the last creation. This is the seaplane houseboat, the Atlantis Mark I. Now, this thing is extremely cool, and for one reason mostly, and that is because it is a houseboat in a plane. Now, this is something that is really cool and that I really do like about these types of engines. Now, oh my goodness, this is loud. Oh, come on, take off. Take off. There we go. Okay. Now, I really like these types of vehicles because they are just different. They have a lot of features that you don't really see mostly in vehicles. And one of the biggest things I do like about planes is amphibious planes. And I also like houseboats. So this is two things in one. And it flies well, and it's a plane. It's literally just a plane. We've got altitude hold. It will hold our altitude right exactly where we're at. And yeah, so let's go ahead and turn the fuel lines off, as if we don't need them. And let's go ahead and hop down here, and here we have the kitchen. And oh boy, here, hold on. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna sit down. Oh, what lovely weather here. Oh, and we're underwater. And we're and we're fine. Look at this. Look at this view. It's absolutely perfect. It's perfectly lined up with how it should be. I mean, what more could you really ask for? It is a very small houseboat plane. Look at this flashlight. Very nicely colored with a black and yellow. It's got a heater. It's got a sink. It's got everything you would need in a plane like this. Are we sinking? Are we? Our rear is going down. Are we sinking? No. We're good. But it's got a bed in it. It's got weather. It's got everything you would need, and especially, just to make sure, it's got you covered in wind. I'm gonna crank the wind here. Whoa! 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 Okay. Whoa. Oh, alrighty. You might not be too safe in this thing when it comes to wind, as it looks like it's being sucked down into the water and pulled every which way. And because there is no anchor, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this. But you will be nice and dry down here in the houseboat part of the vehicle, which I think is very cool. Turn the fuel lines on. Let's see if we can take off in these winds. Alright, come on. Come on. We're fine. We're fine. Yeah, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Going right along with the wind. No! Ah. Oh no. It's not working as planned. Come on, come on. Aim up. Yes! There we go. We're up. We're in the air. Alright. Come on, full power ahead. Oh my goodness. This is... oh no. Oh yeah, I can barely control it. The wind is just pushing me one direction. There we go. We're forcing it. Come on. Come on. Nope, I cannot turn at all into the wind. Oh, come on. Yes, there we go. Okay. I'm going to try and fight the wind, but as you can see, it is really hard. But overall, this is a plane that you could most likely rely on in terms of, I don't know, trying to get back to home base, especially when it's crazy like this. Oh boy, this is hard. I have never flown in wind like this. But alright, that'll be it for this vehicle. Let's go ahead and get onto the last vehicle. Alright everyone, the final vehicle we have today is the Alpheus submarine. Now this submarine is part of MrNJersey's submarine challenge. I will leave a link to his channel down below. If you don't know who MrNJersey is, he is your source for Stormworks tutorials. If you have anything you need to learn, go by his channel and you will learn. Now, I decided that this is something that is so cool that I just had to include it. This thing can lift heavy ships out of the water, and I thought that was really cool. Now I don't have any ships to really test this thing on, but it says that it can lift 15 tons out of the water. Now that is a crazy amount, and we have heavy load mode, which consumes more battery, but it gives you a crazy amount of power. So let's go ahead and get the generator started, and let's go ahead and get a prop throttle going. Let's go ahead and turn heavy load mode on to maybe get some more speed out of this. And as you can see here, we can change our target depth by using the up and down arrow keys. And as you can see here, it changes the vehicle based upon what you need at that certain time. The generator can use compressed air to try and start. Now sometimes it won't start, and what it is doing is it's trying to push the water out of the system. Now it will take some time to get started, but eventually it will start. This submarine also includes flares, which can light up the area around you and is super useful, especially when you're underwater. Now I have never really been in a submarine too much in this game. I know there are many caves and different entrances you can go to and explore in this game, and I think that's very cool, but I've never truly gone and seen one. But this thing is incredibly cool, and it's mainly used for lifting sunken ships out of the water. So if you have a ship that you have sank and you want to go and pull it out of the water and maybe try and revive it by repairing it, or by simply trying to pull it out of the water and draining the water and then trying to fire it up again, you could do something like that. And I think that's very interesting, and that's a very interesting concept. So, as you can see, the generator is still trying to go, and at one point it will go. But to go ahead and arise out of the water, we can use the up arrow. As you can see, the bottom propellers at the bottom will launch this submarine right out of the bottom of the water. Now we can tell it to go and hit the bottom of the ocean just like that, and it is very interesting the way it's done. And I think that this is something that could be used in different ways, and I really like the design of this thing. There's not much you can really do. You really just have this main entrance. The rest of the submarine is mostly has technical equipment and other things. Once we turn on those exterior lights, we can see everything, including the front spotlights, which light up our cockpit a lot. So this is mainly used for when you're super deep down and it's super dark. Now the best thing I can do to show that is by simply making it dark. Now I have made it pitch black outside, and as you can see, I'm mostly blinded by those interior lights, but using the outside lights, man, this looks so weird. It's just so dark. But as you can see, it is super cool, and it is a very good submarine, so I recommend you guys go ahead and check this thing out in the workshop. But other than that, this is about all it does, and it can lift incredibly heavy things out of the water. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Today's Bible verse is 2 Timothy 4:2. Preach the word of God. Be prepared, whether the time is favorable or not. Patiently correct, rebuke, and encourage your people with good teaching. Thank you all for watching today's episode. I'll see you next time. God bless you.